In Texas, the police can approach anybody they see in a public place at any time they like and engage them in conversation. This is a consensual encounter. Now, in order to compel somebody to participate in this conversation, to detain them from walking away, the police officer must establish reasonable suspicion that that person is engaged in or will engage in some sort of criminal activity. Reasonable suspicion can be based on any facts that the police officer observes. These facts can be just as consistent with lawful activity as they are with unlawful activity. In fact, in the U.S. Supreme Court case that established the idea of reasonable suspicion, a gentleman known as Terry was doing nothing more than walking up and down the streets of Cleveland looking in store windows. Yet, the U.S. Supreme Court determined that these were sufficient facts to believe that Terry, along with his compatriots, were casing businesses for a later break-in. This is where the reasonable suspicion standard was adopted. In the event that the police officer develops facts that lead him to believe that somebody has committed a criminal act, this is called probable cause. And probable cause allows a police officer to actually place somebody in arrest for suspected criminal activity. If the officer establishes probable cause and arrests an individual, at that point, the person is compelled by law to produce their identification. However, prior to the establishment of probable cause, whether it's a consensual encounter or whether it is an encounter based upon reasonable suspicion where the officer has lawfully detained the individual, there is no compulsion that the person identify themselves. In Texas, only after an arrest is a person compelled by law to present their ID.